Good afternoon, everybody. My name's John Wedley, and I'm Purchasing Site Leader for Messier-Bugatti-Dowty in Gloucester. So I'm going to give you a presentation on the main challenges that we face within our business. I'm also going to try and explain where we sit in the Safran organisation and how the business is set up for the purchasing department. So, Messier-Bugatti-Dowty is part of the Safran Group. It's an international high technology company. It's got a revenue in 2015 of 17 billion euros, and it employs 70,000 people in 57 countries. There are three core businesses: aerospace, defense, and security. So that group is broken down into aerospace propulsion's 53%. We've got aircraft equipment, which is what landing gear sits in, at 29%, some defense, and some security. Safran in the UK then. So we have 7 companies in the UK, from the landing gear in Gloucester and the MRO as well. We have Airsal in Burnley, Labanal Power, Morpho, Turbometica, and Safran Engineering Services. If we then look at Messier-Bugatti-Dowty, we're broken down into 4 divisions. So we've got the landing gear, which make up nearly 50%. We have the MRO. We have wheels and brakes, and systems and equipment. We employ just over 7,000 people around the world. And we had a turnover in 2014 of 2 billion, which was 12% of the total Safran Group. So our industrial footprint covers Canada, with a facility in Montreal, facility in Toronto, a facility in the US, which makes the brakes, Querétaro in Mexico, the facility in Gloucester where I work, and then we've got head office in Vélizy, Paris, another manufacturing facility in south of France, Bidos, and then we have facilities out in China and Malaysia. So, landing gear. We're the world leader in landing gear by volume. 24,000 aircraft equipped with our landing gear. We've got 30 airframer customers and more than 800 airlines using our equipment. And that equates to 40,000 landings a day. So the site in Gloucester is about 25 acres with about 1,000 employees. And on that site, we have the full life cycle activities, from design, engineering, test, manufacture, process and assembly, programs, commercial, procurement and finance. And we have apprentices, graduates and master's bursary schemes. So we take a quick look at the market. The global market is worth over $5 trillion over the next 20 years, with 12,000 aircraft booked for the 9 years, and the UK has 17%. We can see there's a lot of growth over the from 1970, and a lot of growth coming up to 2010. Where we're seeing then is the world traffic is growing, and in the future we'll see more growth in Asia, China and the Middle East. If we look at the fleet, approximately 20,000 aircraft, and you can see where they are in the regions. By 2030, we're going to see a lot more aircraft in the fleet, with a lot more in China and Asia. Now all that, with that increase, with the population on the planet of 7 billion, we've only got 1 billion people with access to air travel. So we now talk about my company. and about purchasing. The purchasing department is a global department. We're not based in Gloucester. We're based around the world with buyers sitting on all our sites, supporting the following aircraft. So in North America, we're assembling 787 main and noses. In the UK, in Gloucester, we're making 320, 321 main landing gears, 350 main landing gears, and the Eurofighter. In France, in the south of France, in Bidos, we're doing A320 noses, A330 noses, 380 noses, and A400M. And in Suzhou and Montreal, we're making major sub-assemblies which support the rest of the business. So if we look at our supply chain performance, and this is global performance, not just Gloucester. So it's the performance for all of our sites. We ended 2015 with 86% on-time delivery. And we have a target to reach 90% by the end of this year. On quality, the end of the year we were 2,900 ppm. And we have a target of 2,500 at the end of this year. And cost, it's continuous price pressure from our customers, and I'll talk about that in a minute. In Gloucester, we also manage out of production spares as a separate business unit. And for that business, we had an on-time delivery of 90% at the end of the year. We had only 35 lines for all the old aircraft that we look after. It's a very good result. And cost we measure in service, because for the spares market, everyone's looking for getting parts when they want them. So if we look at the purchasing organisation, we have all the sites and we have a central purchasing team headed up by Alain Ferrin with a number of senior managers. If we then look at landing gear, we have a vice president of landing gear who is my boss, who has 5 commodity managers reporting to her. And those commodity managers manage all of the landing gear components around the world. The team is also supported by a purchasing site leader on every site. So there's an equivalent to me in Bidos, in Toronto, and out in Suzhou in China. The difficulty for everybody to follow our organisation, because we're a global team, is anybody that you're interested in talking to, where do they work and who do they report to? So we've got 10 purchasing people sitting in Toronto. We've got 13 guys in Gloucester. We have 30 guys in Paris and 8 purchasing people in the south of France. And we have 4 in China. So it can be difficult to know who to talk to. And with the commodities managers in France, they're managing that team on a global basis. So the challenges we face are major programs. So 787, the production ramp up and cost reduction are our challenges. With the Dash 10 is ensuring that we get to entry into service. 350, our challenge is the same, manage the ramp up. We're looking at 60 aircraft this year. We did 30 last year, so it's double the volume we did last year, so it's a steep ramp up. And then up to 100 next year. The A320 family, there's a production ramp up again, and also with cost reduction, and because there are 7,000 aircraft in service, it's managing the spares for those aircraft. 330neo development is another challenge that we face, and on A400M, it's cost reduction on a low volume program. So if I talk about the challenge of cost reduction, it actually comes from all of us. It's all about the airline seat price. we all want to travel, and we all want to travel cheap. So there's pressure, there's competition. From that drives competition into the airframers. So we are lucky enough to be on the 787 and 350 program, but when the airlines are supplying to, when the airframers are supplying to the airlines, they've got a choice between the 350 and a 787. There's the competition there. So although we're on both programs, we feel the competition. That competition then filters its way down through the supply chain, and it's the same for us. It's into our supply chain. So we have the competition there. So the requirements that we're looking for in our suppliers. As you can see, we've got good delivery performance, which is improving. We've got most of our suppliers there for the ramp up. But what we're actually looking for, we're always looking for, is suppliers that can actually offer us cost reductions. So if any of you are looking to work with me and can offer me that, please talk to me afterwards. So the requirements that we're interested in. So from a quality point of view, we're looking at AS 9100, the aerospace industry standard. We're looking at AS 9102, which is the aerospace first article inspection requirement. We're also looking at AS 9103, the variation management of key characteristics. So we're looking there at the repeatability of all of our parts. As these programs are in full volume, we want the parts the same every time. We've also taken all our stock out of our business, so we're reliant on our suppliers. So if suppliers don't deliver, then we're in trouble. So we need suppliers who can deliver, and the AS standards help us do that. If you're a new supplier and you're looking to work with us, you need to show me that you can demonstrate delivery performance. So I'm looking for that. I'm also looking for innovation, and I'm looking for a cost down mentality. The days of price increases have gone. The days of cost down are here. So that's what we're looking for. So if you can offer us that, please talk to me afterwards. So the opportunities working for my business, we're on the main programs, 320, 350, and 787. But there's competition there for us. So we have to be competitive, and we keep having to work hard to stay on that program. But the opportunities are long-term order books, working with a global customer, working on the various sites. So it wouldn't just be working for Gloucester, it would be supplying into Toronto, BDOS, and some of the other sites. The main challenge for everyone, it's the question I get asked a lot, how do you get the opportunity to work with MBD? Because the organisation is a global organisation, and the particular buyer that you may need to talk to may be on a different site, maybe in a different time zone, it's difficult. So what I would say is, if you have an interesting proposal, please come and talk to me after the presentation. So 40,000 takeoffs. Any questions? No? Okay.
What's the smallest company that supplies to you in terms of, say, employees?
So on the OE, it would probably be over 100 people. If you were looking at the out of production spare supply chain, 20. So it depends really where you are. If I give you some other numbers, in Gloucester, so for all the landing gear we assemble, we only buy about 300 parts. It's in kits and in units and assemblies. So we're not into buying piece parts. It's all major kits really. So for small companies, it's it's not an option to really look at OE, but on the spare supply chain, if you've got something interesting, come and talk to us. There may be an opportunity.